welcome to battle number 2 of week number 3 of the FnF Oreburgh Gate Draft League preseason. This battle is going to be pitting Crit's team, which is Cleveland Escavaliers, versus Kiwi's team, which is Flashy Furrets. As a reminder, the Z Pokemon available in this battle is Smeargle with Z Any, Skrelp with Z Attack on Cleveland Escavaliers, and then Poipole with Z Attack and Electabuzz with Z Any on Flashy Furrets. Interesting to see Sentret coming out for the first time, I believe, maybe the second time. So I'm actually looking at Sentret. It could be a pretty decent scout, actually, especially with Frisk, to see what's holding Eviolite and what's not. We also have that bulky Shelgon here. It's going to be hard to take down that Shelgon for sure. Additionally, Electabuzz looks like it has a good time in this matchup. Corphish is going to be an interesting Pokemon to observe. If it could get a Swords Dance off, it can take down quite a few Pokemon. Minus Shelgon, I'd say. That's the only Pokemon that seems to be really problematic for Corphish. Sableye is going to be really interesting. It can use some Prankster Will-O-Wisps or go for some Prankster Recovers. So that's also a Pokemon to watch out for. It is bulky on the physical side, not on the special side as much. Smeargle, of course, can be very interesting with its unlimited moveset and its relatively decent speed in terms of NFE. Not really in the grand scheme of things with regular OU, but certainly during NFE. So definitely going to be looking at this one. It's going to be pretty interesting, and let's jump right in, shall we? In terms of lead, maybe we'll see Smeargle or maybe Quilladin on the other side, maybe Sentret, I'm going to guess. We have Oral, the Quilladin, versus Electabuzz, 100 candies, the Electabuzz. And 100 candies is going to go for the Volt Switch versus Oral to switch in, I'm guessing, to Poipole or Pignite. Pognite, the Pignite. We have the two awkward, chunky middle evolutions versus each other. And Oral sets up a Leech Seed, which is going to seep some health from Pognite, causing Oral to go up to 98% of its health. The Skrelp is going to come out to take the predicted fire move, and indeed it was a Fire Punch, which doesn't do much damage. Combined with that Leech Seed, Skrelp is going to restore back up to 91%. Due to its low base HP, it restores quite a bit from that Leech Seed. Pognite not going to want to stay in, but actually it is staying in, going for the Thunder Punch. Got is going to go for a Surf to take down Pognite, and that's the first Pokemon to go down in this match. But Got is at 2%, so 6-5 score, but it is a very close 6-5 right now. In comes Sir Centrithium, the Sentret. Sir Centretium, the Sentret, and it's going to go for Pursuit, causing Got the Skrelp to go down. Received, the Pumpkaboo is going to come in and Frisk the Frisker. Knockoff is going to remove that Eviolite from Received, the Pumpkaboo. Pumpkaboo now is going to set up a Trick Room. Interesting tactic. We have seen Crit go for the Trick Room before. Explosion actually allows Pumpkaboo to take down Sentret with it as it KOs itself, and the score is now 4-4. Corphish comes in, ready to presumably set up a Swords Dance, and in comes Shelgon. Zorua question mark, the Shelgon. And Corphish is actually going to go for a knockoff, removing the Eviolite from Shelgon. Sitting at 82% now. Shelgon goes for the Dragon Claw. It doesn't do that much, only about 1/3% of Corphish's health. Depending on the roll, Corphish could survive 2 or 3 more of those. Corphish now goes for a Swords Dance. It will go first in the Trick Room. Swords Dance, Dragon Claw, bringing it down to 31%. So one more will probably take it down. And Crabhammer is going to do pretty big damage, even resisted, but not enough to take down Zorua, question mark, the Shelgon, who retaliates with a Dragon Claw, taking down Shelgon. Shelgon is one of the premier defensive Pokemon on Kiwi's team, so the fact that it's down to 24% is pretty good for crit. And Smeargle comes in. What will Smeargle do? That is the question. And Smeargle's actually going to go for a Z move. It is Z Lovely Kiss. Interesting. I did not expect to see the Z Lovely Kiss. And the speed is actually boosted from that move. So we could see an offensive Smeargle, which will definitely be interesting. Poiple's the one to come out. Jesus the Poiple. And Smeargle goes for Belly Drum. Interesting. So now at ×1 speed and max attack, the Photon Geyser is going to hit, dealing super effective damage and taking down Poiple. Score is now 3-3, and Smeargle looks like it is set up to try and go for a sweep, depending on what its last move is. Its last move is perhaps Return. It might be enough to take down the rest of Kiwi's team. And it looks like Smeargle goes for a Photon Geyser again, bringing Electabuzz down to 13%. 100 candies. The Electabuzz takes out Smeargle with a Thunderbolt, though. Smeargle did do some pretty big damage. There are 2 Pokemon left and still anyone's game. Oral the Quilladin comes out to challenge Electabuzz. And a Psychic is going to do little damage to it, 26%. And Oral is going to go for a Substitute. So the Focus Punch is actually going to probably work because the Substitute. Indeed, the Substitute is taken down, but Quilladin is not harmed, so the Focus Punch does work, taking down Electabuzz. The score is now 2-2, but Quilladin does have reduced special defense. And in comes Zorua, ? The Shelgon, but not really Shelgon because it's at full HP, so we do know that this is Zorua. For now, the Sableye comes in, taking a Dark Pulse. It only does about 1/3 to Sableye's HP. With the leftovers, Sableye is actually now more sitting at 3/4. Nasty Plot allows Zorua to gain 2 times special attack. And Foul Play is not going to do too much to Zorua. We do see the illusion ended, but we did know it was Zorua already. And a Dark Pulse does big damage to Sableye, taking it down to 13%. And Sableye goes for another Foul Play. It brings Zorua under half, but Zorua now can use Dark Pulse to take down Sableye. And indeed, that's exactly what happens. The Dark Pulse takes down Sableye, and the last Pokemon standing is Quilladin. Quilladin comes out with 47% HP, but the Dark Pulse is enough to take it down, and the score is a 2-0 victory for Kiwi's team. Flashy Furrets over Crit's team, Cleveland Escavaliers, and yeah, what a battle. That was pretty impressive from both sides. I do wonder what would have happened. There was one moment where I was like, what would have happened? Oh yeah, what would have happened if Corphish went for the Swords Dance first and then the knockoff and then the Crab Hammer? Would it have been enough to take down Shelgon? I think that could have changed the pace of the match if it was enough, but I'm not sure if it would have been enough. So really interesting battle there. Shelgon really showing how capable it is as a defensive Pokemon. We got to see Sentret do some action too, which was cool. Overall, pretty enjoyable battle, and thanks for tuning in. Tune in for some more Week 3 battles coming up. And this is Noel from My Cornet. See you then.